Previously on My Kitchen Rules.
Cheers, everyone.
The Gatecrasher round kicked off.
Gatecrashers just can't waltz in here. This is our competition.
4 teams have cooked and brought their best to the table.
You've cooked the salmon to perfection.
Delicious. What more could you want?
But when everyone was feeling the love,
I just love that.
one voice stood out around the table.
I don't think it's a competition dish.
Good old Dave.
He's knowledgeable,
There's no doubt that everything lacks seasoning.
discerning,
Brussels sprouts, that's not hard.
confident.
We're aiming to get the best score in My Kitchen Rules history.
But to get to the top of the leaderboard, he'll need to beat Carly and Tresnay's score of 74. Tonight,
Hey, darling, how's the trousers coming along?
the captain and Corinne
We are taking this second chance very seriously.
set their sails for success.
It's going to look good. It's going to taste amazing. Everything is working out just perfectly.
In an instant restaurant so special,
I could turn this upside down and it would stick. You know what I mean?
it rewrites the record books.
If I was at home, I'd get my napkin and spit it out.
This is the best. This is the best night. This is the best. This is the best night. This is the best. And everything's alright. We live the best life. This is the best night of my life. This is the best night of my life.
Tonight, we're back in sunny Cairns, where loving couple David and Corinne have one final shot at the competition, and they're leaving nothing to chance.
My first priority is to polish the yacht, just to make sure it's spick and span and looks perfect.
We want everyone to know that we run a tight ship.
Absolutely.
Last instant restaurant was absolutely chaotic. We had a bit of a pasta disaster.
It just isn't working.
Dishes were late, we were unprepared, there were mud crabs flying around the room. It was just a mess, and that's why we're here now.
Straighten up and fly right.
Today is going to be so much different.
Okay, I've got this action plan ready to go, baby.
We've got an action plan, we have a spreadsheet with a grocery list, we're all set to go.
We need to do it twice as good as we did last time. We will have so much control tonight, nothing will go wrong.
I think our teamwork is exceptional. We just complement each other and we just work so well.
Looks good, sweetheart.
No. Thanks, darling.
Off to the shops.
We've got plenty of shopping to do. Got 6 hours before the guests arrive, so we better get moving.
So important that we're organised today. We really want to go through to the next round. We don't want a gatecrasher taking our place. Gatecrashers don't belong.
Sitting at the bottom of the leaderboard is definitely not where we want to be. We're in this competition to stay. We've given up a lot to be here. Anyone else in our position would be hoping for a disaster.
I think we're in the right state of mind to tackle anything that's going to be thrown at us today.
Last time, David and Corinne just didn't do a good job. If they don't do a little bit better, I don't think they deserve to be in this competition, period.
You're a trolley pusher.
Okay,
We have a lot of groceries to get.
Corn, onions, avocados, pine beans, oranges, pastas, what we need
where are we
here.
going first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have high expectations for the evening based on David's discussion around the table. He's very, very critical.
We've got to get this just perfect because we really want to stay in this competition.
If you tell the truth, you got to walk the walk. So let's hope for David's sake you can.
Now, we need heaps of corn for the entree.
Yes, we do. We need 15.
15, okay.
15
15
cups for the soup.
individuals, 4,
Yep.
8.
For entree, we're making corn soup with grilled tiger prawns and avocado.
Reading the entree, I'm actually a little bit apprehensive because last time they cooked, they had crayfish stack with the avocado. I think it was lacking a little bit of imagination.
My first thought is corn soup and prawns, tick. Prawns and avocado, tick. But the three together, I'm worried about it.
Just pinch them on the top like this. If it's soft, they're fine.
I saw in a magazine ages ago that someone had put avocado with their corn soup, so I thought, I'll give that a whirl. I mean, what's not to love?
We're done with the fresh food.
Okay?
As part of our action plan, we have a grocery list, spreadsheeted in the way that we walk around Coles.
Get some white pepper. Check.
Caster sugar.
Check.
Dark chocolate.
Check.
Okay, so we've got that.
Got my little accountant's hat on.
Next up.
Next aisle.
Check.
That list is super impressive, baby. We're onto it today. When accountants go wild.
We're feeling really good. We're feeling confident. We think we're really quite planned.
Our organisational skills, we are so far ahead of schedule. We've got plenty of time.
We need that pork for the main.
Mission complete.
Done. Let's go.
I'm expecting quite a bit of seafood because we're in Cairns. We're going to be by the water. Cairns has a high crocodile population, so we might get some crocodile on the menu tonight. You never know.
Excuse me, do you have any pork fillet?
We do.
Oh, fantastic.
For the main, we're having pork medallions with cauliflower puree, green beans, and mushroom sauce.
Last time, they were very light with every course. Where are you at?
We're about 45 minutes away, to be honest.
I'd say now.
And today, they're really going to have to show us that they can improve their timing.
We need 52 points to stay in the competition, sweetheart. But I think we're going to blow them away tonight. We're ahead of time. We've got to stay ahead of time.
So we've got all our groceries, we've got our meat. I think we're set to go.
We're so far ahead of schedule. We've got plenty of time. Now it's about cooking.
Our biggest hope for today would definitely be getting 3 10s from the judges for all 3 courses.
We really want to win this competition. Baby, your
Yes.
plan went perfectly.
So far, baby, so far.
It's time to set up our instant restaurant.
The name of our instant restaurant is the Quarterdeck. Nice, relaxed, nautical theme. Nice and relaxed.
Chocolate North Queensland.
North Queensland, the sun, boating. Far North Queensland weather is just delightful. The ambience on the Quarterdeck is perfect. Beautiful sunshine, gorgeous breeze. This is a beautiful place to come. I think this is going to give us points from the very start.
Simply stunning.
Perfect. Life is good.
Last time we got to the table and there's no chairs. Let's hope David and Corinne have put some chairs out for us this time.
Yeah.
Darling, there's a chair missing.
Got it, baby. Double check the chairs.
Don't forget the chairs, because it's your fault last time.
Oh, it's not my fault.
We are so far ahead of schedule, darling.
Baby, I think we're done.
We're so far ahead of time. How's about a glass of shampoo first?
All right then, fine.
Shampoo's our word for champagne. Is this being too complacent?
No.
This is us, isn't it? Yeah. Hey, uppa. Shampoo time. We couldn't be in the competition with anybody else.
We're absolutely in love.
How much do you love me, baby?
With all my heart.
Can we put some of that on the plate?
Yeah, there's plenty to give. Let's make it with love this time. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
3
you
hours
go.
to the guest arrival.
Oh, bang on time, baby. Well done. Much better than last time. We were so late starting. We walk in with exactly 3 hours to go. Straight to plan.
Oranges and dessert.
Done. You start dessert, I'll start the oranges.
Okay.
Manu said to make sure you do the hardest thing first. That's the cake. Over to you, baby.
Okay, I'm going to put a whole tin of condensed milk with these eggs to make the filling of that dessert.
For dessert, we're having chocolate cake with candied liqueur oranges.
Everyone loves chocolate cake, but how are they making their chocolate cake? Is it going to have a gooey inside? Is it going to melt out? Is it going to be a sponge cake? Is it going to be a pudding?
I love simple dishes. And this is a simple dish, but it needs to be done right. This dessert could make or break David and Corinne.
I combine the chocolate mixture with some eggs, some condensed milk and some vanilla.
Let's mix in.
It's not your traditional cake. It's more like a chocolate creme brulee, but it really looks like a cake on the plate, so I think people will get it.
So that's 4 eggs, because I want to put both of those cakes in the oven at the same time.
I make 2 separate cake mixes. I need to cook these cakes for 40 minutes at 160 degrees.
Okay, shut it. We need 1 slice of candied orange per dish that we've got.
You know what you're doing. You're the dessert queen, baby. You're the dessert queen. Okay, starting the prawns, baby. These are beautiful big Far North Queensland prawns. I'm pinning the prawns for the entree because it's very time-consuming.
They look great, don't they?
Yeah, beautiful. 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Baby, these are perfect.
Oh, nice. Prawns are almost done now, babe. I'm going to start on the pork. I need to start doing this main now. So I'm just going to trim the little bit of extra sinew off it. Once I take all the sinew off the pork, I slice the meat in individual portions. I start panning them out. I'm flattening the pork medallions to make sure they're absolutely tender. But when the judges taste this, I need them to say that meat is so tender.
You're doing an excellent job pounding that pork.
Thanks, baby. I think nice pieces like that. It's going to be lovely and tender.
Yeah.
It's not going to look fantastic, but it's going to be super tasty, and that's the main thing. Taste over appearance. Still might look good.
Bash away, old bean.
Got an hour and 41 until the guests arrive. Everything's gone beautifully.
Our teamwork is exceptional.
The one thing we really did learn from our last instant restaurant that we're bringing home today is planning, isn't it? We're so confident today. Feels fantastic. We're going to kill this.
Would you mind getting out for me?
Sure.
The cakes have been in the oven for 40 minutes, so we take them out to check. To know when they're cooked, it's the wobble test.
Looks pretty wobbly.
Wobble it.
The cake needs to have a little bit of wobble to it, but not like slushing wobble.
No, put it back in.
And I decide there's far too much wobble here.
How long?
I'm going to go another 10.
Whoa. 5. This cake has to be cooked to perfection. If it's overcooked, it'll taste like eggs. If it's undercooked, the cake won't set.
All right, we'll go 5 because we can always put it back in, can't we?
While the cakes are in the oven, I get cracking with this corn soup.
So that's all the corn for the entree.
Okay.
Wow, it's a lot of it, but we are cooking for 12, aren't we? First, I want to make a stock from these cobs.
I need to get all the flavour of the cob into that water. This stock needs to cook away for a good 15 minutes.
Let those babies cook.
53 minutes.
53 minutes and the dessert is coming out of the oven.
We're checking the cakes.
Nah, I'm not happy with that. I still think you can go for 5 more minutes.
We decide to put the cakes back in the oven for an additional 5.
It won't burn.
Okay, you just want it to set, don't you?
Yeah.
This cake is the dessert. If this is not right, we don't have a dessert.
It's crazy. It doesn't make sense. All right. When it comes out, it comes out.
It comes out.
I keep checking the cakes. We need to get this right.
Let's do the wobble test.
One wobble test coming up.
Wobble it. Yeah, that's a good wobble.
I think that one's good.
And finally, they're cooked. We'll cool them on the bench top and then we'll put them in the fridge to set.
What have we got? 12 minutes?
Now listen, we're still got to iron my trousers. Is that okay? Still cool with that?
Yes, we have iron your trousers.
Thanks, darling. This is super organised. The guests are turning up shortly, and Corinne hasn't ironed my trousers.
God, I have to do everything.
Oh, with the pants in this relationship?
Apparently I own them. Baby, I must love you if I'm doing this.
Well then, I'll have to check on the trousers.
The ironing lady does not come on instant restaurant days.
She has an ironing lady. She pays for it out of her allowance.
Might do.
Hey, darling, how's the trousers coming along? I'm in a little bit of a flat because the guests are arriving shortly. My trousers aren't ironed.
David and Corinne, a 2.0.
How exciting is this, Resnay? I'm excited about the competition. We're at the top of the leaderboard. We're in Cairns. Life is amazing.
Yeah.
I think it'll be seafood.
Hoping to get some gorgeous food from Dave and Corinne.
Yeah, but not too gorgeous. We want to stay a second on the ladder.
High expectations of them. They talk a lot.
The gate crashers are here to get through. None of us want any of us to be on the bottom. I hope tonight might be the night to change it.
I better hurry up with these pants, otherwise you'll be greening them pantless.
Pop those on. What if I answer the door in my jocks and socks?
What kind of party do they think they're going to?
You gonna get changed?
I'm changed.
They're here.
Coming up,
Vous couchez avec moi ce soir?
Harry is up to his old tricks.
What room number are you?
Harry.
But not everyone's laughing.
She stole my man.
Everyone ready for a good night?
Yes.
We're in beautiful Cairns. We're at David and Corinne's Instant Restaurant. It's so fun. They've got sailors' hats on.
Look gorgeous, ladies.
They give us a little sailor's hat to wear.
Oh, you've got the captain's hat. Thank you. I look forward to putting this on.
They're not the sort of people that I would invite back to have dinner.
Whoa. Wow. It's just the most beautiful deck overlooking the water, big fancy boats. It's so pretty. I think we're all very impressed.
Chairs this time, which is nice.
Hey, Dave's a little bit organised.
Thank you for coming to Far North Queensland to enjoy our instant restaurant. Welcome back, Harry and Christo.
Yeah, we hope you have a great night.
The table's set lovely. You've got the water behind, and I think we're in for a beautiful night. Hopefully not too beautiful.
Anna?
Some bubbles would be
Champagne.
beautiful.
So we're sitting next to the lovely Anna and Kathy. Really happy where I'm sitting tonight. I get to know Anna a little bit better.
Ripping it up. You're here or you?
Oh, sorry.
Get to talk to her, look at her. Chez avec moi ce soir? I was just laying down cute little moves. Oh, I got a good one for you.
Yeah.
How do you get Pikachu on a bus? Pokemon?
Harry would not know what to do with a girlfriend like Anna. I love him to pieces, but Harry is about 12.
What room number are you?
Harry.
Well, there's a little minor speed hump.
I'm basically a married woman, all right? Can we stop this? Can we just turn it back a bit?
Think she's engaged? Maybe, I don't know. All I heard was basically
woman.
She stole my man.
How are you feeling? Jealous?
Devastated.
Well, let's get cracking with the entree because I don't want to make it late.
Okay.
We are taking this second chance very seriously.
Someone has to go home, so hopefully it's not us.
We need to get this entree out in time. To finish the corn soup, I finally dice an onion and I brown it off in a pan with some butter.
Baby's onions are looking good.
Then I add the corn kernels and the cornstarch to that pan.
These are actually a little bit less than what I'd hoped.
I'm a little bit concerned that I don't have enough cornstarch. If I don't have enough, the consistency is going to be too thick.
There's a lot of corn there, hey?
Okay, no, good. I like the thick consistency anyway, to be honest. I think it's...
Yeah, so do I.
Our corn soup tonight is going to be thick. We like thick soup.
The judges are almost here. I'll stop in 2 seconds.
All right, excellent.
While Corinne is still busily cooking, I'm going to stop and think. Just think through this.
It's David and Corinne's second time around. First time in their instant restaurant, they didn't have a clear plan. Were far too overconfident and laid back.
Take as long as you need.
It is so important that David and Corinne nail this tonight. They've got one chance left to stay in this competition.
Pete Manure here. The judges have arrived.
Hi.
Hey.
G'day.
As I open the door and see Pete Manu, it's almost like old friends turning up.
Good evening.
Welcome back, Pete Manu, to the quarterdeck.
Thank you.
We're confident with this. This is going to be a really good night. Second time lucky.
It's time to reveal the menu.
Opening the menu, I am relieved I had a big lunch.
For entree tonight, we're having corn soup with grilled tiger prawns and avocado.
And for main, we have pork medallions and cauliflower puree with green beans and mushroom sauce.
And for dessert, we are having chocolate cake with candied liqueur oranges. We're going to head back in the kitchen and get your entrees finished.
Fantastic. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
What I am seeing on the menu, it's pretty boring.
It's extremely simple and it almost seems old-fashioned.
The main is, without being harsh, it sounds like something you get in RSL.
If you went to an RSL and you paid $9.95 for a can of meal and you got that, you'd probably be happy.
I don't really frequent RSLs, and if that's what you're going to be getting, I don't think I'll be going there in the future.
I kind of expected there to be a bit more seafood, I suppose, on the menu and maybe cooler dishes, but it looks like it will be delicious. The flavours look pretty simple, but if they do it the right way, they can still have an amazing menu.
Well, the intensity's just got up a couple of notches, hasn't it?
The judges are here.
Pete Manu are here at the
Game
table.
time.
The judges are here. Let's get this entree out.
So I'm checking the corn kernels.
I don't know if it's going to get more tender than that.
Happy with that?
Yep.
All good.
I take it off the stove and I stick mix it.
Hey, baby, that's good.
The whole aim for this soup is to be a hearty but fresh, thick soup.
Baby, this is looking good.
That is exactly how you wanted it, isn't it?
Yeah, nice and smooth. I'm going to now chop the avocado.
The avocado for the entree.
There's 3 elements to this dish. I love corn soup, I love avocado, I love prawns, and I actually think the flavour combination goes really well.
Corn soup I like, grilled tiger prawns I like, and I like avocado. I'm actually not sure that I'd put those 3 ingredients together.
It could be a mistake.
It'd been great if it was a corn and avocado salsa with tiger prawns, but corn soup?
I'm not a huge fan of warm avocado.
You happy with that flavour?
It's yummy.
Flavour's magic.
Yeah.
The corn soup is well seasoned, it's the consistency that I want.
The dish is now waiting for the prawns.
Are you doing oil? Okay.
It's not risky to cook more at one time, sweetheart.
Okay. If you're happy, I'm happy.
It's plenty hot. I only need to cook these prawns for a couple of minutes, or else they'll be overcooked. They're curling up nicely, so they're all getting plenty of heat.
Yeah, pull them off if you think, because they're going to start. They'll continue cooking.
So it's pretty hard to find one right now that's not perfect, to be honest.
I think they're done. They're done, I think.
You try that one. It's very important I'm going to cook these prawns perfectly. I'm thinking the judges will reach for the prawn first up.
Is it a tiny little bit chewy?
I know when they're properly cooked because of the colour. Got to get these prawns right. Going to give them one last zap up.
Baby, I think that's
Cover 'em a
plenty.
bit.
Yeah, get them off the heat.
The prawns are off the hot plate. They look perfectly cooked.
Basically, we're ready to plate up.
This dish is the beginning of our redemption. We've got 3 meals to put out tonight. I want them all to be good.
This is a competition, and we're not going to let go of this.
It's going to look good. It's going to taste amazing. This is a thick soup.
But we like thick soup. I like the texture of it.
Put the prawns on. Yeah, do something with it. But...
That looks terrible, baby.
Okay.
Baby, I love you, but I'm better at this presenting thing.
I think another reason why we work so well as a team is because we're so in love.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
How much do you love me?
Oh, you had your little in love face on. I love you.
I love you too.
Oh.
Tail out.
Out and underneath. Out and underneath. I like it. I'm feeling quite confident. Everything is working out just perfectly.
Here goes.
Go, princess. Ladies first.
Entree is served.
Thank you.
I think David and Corinne seem quite confident when they put down the entree. I look at it and I don't know where they get that confidence from. The corn soup, it looks like a thick, gluggy puree.
Thank you. It doesn't look great.
I think when Josh and I are looking at the entree, I'm not seeing soup. I'm seeing puree. We don't need to say anything to each other.
I think tonight could be the night that we get off the bottom of the leaderboard.
Entree is served.
First dish of the night. I hope they like it.
Thank you.
They're looking at it intently. What are they thinking?
The judges are stone-faced. They give nothing away. I'm looking for any kind of sign. Bottom of the eyes, a little look, nothing.
David and Corinne, for entree, you cooked corn soup with grilled tiger prawns and avocado. I've been to some of the best restaurants and they serve beautiful corn soup, either with some chopped up prawns through it, or bugs, or lobster, or scallops, or crab meat. Spectacular, full stop. But unfortunately, I find this dish really disappointing. What you've served here is nearly like a sauce or a puree. I've never seen a soup that is this thick in my life.
Okay.
I could turn this upside down and it would stick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The prawns, the fact that you put them all into one pan, they've stewed, they've overcooked.
I threw all the prawns on the plate at once. Big mistake.
Corn soup is actually one of my favorite soups, but I don't know why you would decide to put avocado with it. But you did. It's got the same consistency of the soup, so all mashed up together. It's pretty much baby food.
How's that snap?
You've got 2 more courses to go. Please deliver.
Really disappointed that the judges didn't like the flavour combinations. I really thought we had it nailed with this one. Obviously not.
Wow.
My gosh.
We
Slammed.
give them some criticism, so I've got to take it. I'm disappointed the judges think this, but it's one dish. We've got 2 more to go, and they're both crackers. We know how to cook them. We know how they taste. We're business people. Put it behind you. Move on.
Bon appétit.
Thank you.
I'm hoping it tastes better than it looks, but it doesn't. The corn puree is far too sweet and doesn't really go with the avocado.
I agree.
The prawns aren't cooked very well. They're very rubbery. What's disappointing is it seems like they haven't learnt a thing.
This is perhaps
As good as it gets.
as good as it gets. Is it Jack Nicholson?
I don't mind the corn soup because we do like a corn sort of dip at Christmas time, and we don't serve it with prawns, but we serve it with biscuits. But it kind of reminds me of that.
I think Carly just doesn't get that this is a competition.
It wasn't my favourite entree of all time, but I appreciate the effort.
I'm disappointed because I don't think it's a soup, it's a puree. And if I'm going to have a puree, I want it to be smooth and not grainy like it was. It is disappointing, but at the same time, it's good.
I'm feeling better about our position in the competition, but in saying that, if they produce a fantastic main and dessert, then see you later, Josh and Danielle.
The flavour of this one, sweetheart, is so good. This dish can bring it back.
For the main, we're having tender pork medallions with a creamy cauliflower puree, green beans, and a gorgeous mushroom sauce. I'm going to slice some garlic and chop some leeks for the cauliflower puree.
I'll get the beans, start chopping those. Let's go.
Yeah.
Baby, pretty much it's a combination of both of us. This is David and Corinne on the plate. The sauce is rich, really rich with love. Even though the judges didn't seem to like our first dish, it's not the end of the world. We've got to get relaxed. How many beans per person do you want?
Maybe 6? Is that enough?
Yeah, 6 is plenty. I chopped the ends off the green beans so they're exactly the same size. These beans will look perfect on the plate.
Baby, it seems to be taking a while. You're all good?
Yeah, it's labour intensive, sweetheart. I'm just counting them now.
Okay, excellent.
Got to make sure we've got enough beans. I'm going to count them. 4, 5, 6, 7. And count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to count them 3 times to make sure everybody's got exactly the same amount of beans. This is just like working in finance. I'm the bean counter.
You are the bean counter.
You get it?
Yes.
The bean counter.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's so bad.
They're like dad jokes.
What, delirious or hilarious?
Oh, both.
That's totes ridic. That's cray-cray.
Krista, main course, what do you think?
More mushroom sauce. I don't really like mushrooms. I haven't grown up eating them. I'm not completely repulsed by them, but I don't enjoy them.
I would really love to read this with an apple sauce. I think an apple would go with the cauliflower, the green beans and the pork beautifully.
I think Kathy thinks she's above everybody. Full stop.
I think Kathy actually sucks something out of this competition. She looks down at all of us.
We want Kathy and Anna to go home.
I don't really like pork because when I was little I watched Babe and I don't want to eat things that talk, so I'm pretty sure there's hundreds of people that have suffered with this. It's like Babe-itis. How can you eat something that talks and is that intelligent and sweet? You can't. That's why I'm not that keen on pork. But I do eat bacon, so I'll make an exception.
But bacon's all right.
Bacon's
all
all
right, so...
Maybe it comes from a different pig.
Maybe.
One that doesn't talk.
Yeah, that's right. The other pig that follows. I don't know.
I love Corinne's cauliflower puree.
That's fairly tender, hey? I'm pulling that off. That smells good.
I like the consistency of it. I like the thickness of it. It goes really well.
I'm aiming for a really thick consistency with this. I don't want water to be seeping on the plate. It has to stay together in its form.
Baby, this cauliflower's looking really good.
Oh, excellent.
I'm putting plenty of seasoning on it.
While Corinne is still making the puree, I start on the pork.
How long are you going to cook that per side?
Not long, sweetheart. Just till it's golden brown. I decided to pound the pork, so it's guaranteed to be amazingly tender. It will almost melt in your mouth. The pork's so tender, it cooks so quickly.
It looks good.
The pork is cooked beautifully. The pork is done.
Awesome, let's make sauce.
The mushroom sauce is one of the most crucial points on this dish. It just brings the whole dish together.
Using the same pan I used for the pork, I add some oil, pop the mushrooms in before adding the butter. You know, Manu loves butter.
Oh, yeah.
So let's
You
load
like-
it up. Once the mushrooms are cooked down, I add some whole grain mustard and some cream. Baby, I need to thicken this a bit more. Maybe we should just thicken it with flour.
You think?
I want a thick consistency. I don't want the sauce running around the plate. It has to be perfect. I'm not the best at thickening with flour. Are you?
I normally use corn flour.
I can thicken with corn flour. I've got no problems thickening with corn flour, but it's just the taste, the corn flour taste I don't want in there.
You cook it out so it's not floury.
I'm starting to panic a little bit. This sauce holds the whole dish together.
But you need to make the call fairly soon because those mushrooms are going to go to nothing.
Tonight is our last chance to show the judges that we can cook.
David, talk to me.
Got to get this just right. We don't want to go home. The mushroom sauce for the main. It's too runny. The mixture's not quite thick enough. I've got no problems thickening with corn flour, but it's just the taste, the corn flour taste I don't want in there.
But you need to make the call fairly soon because those mushrooms are going to go to nothing.
This is absolutely critical we get this right. This is so important. Get the judges to love this dish.
David, talk to me.
OK, can you make me half a cup with the corn flour, please? And we'll be counting jokes. This is serious. So can you stir that constantly as I'm doing this, please?
Yep, go.
Put the corn flour mixture into the stock. It's thickening nicely. I like that much better.
Okay.
So add the Parmesan cheese, and it comes to a beautiful consistency. It's just the way I want it. Man, this is going to be one tasty sauce, that's for sure. What a relief. David, pull yourself back, get back in control. Now I'm going to put the pork back into the sauce and reheat it. I am really happy with this dish.
Do you think this can get us through?
What a punch that
Yeah.
sauce has.
It's yummy.
But now, the biggest danger of the main course is, even though it's going to taste wonderful, it's really hard to present.
Baby, it's so difficult to make this dish look pretty.
Yeah, it does. But look, you know, you can't make a stew look like a steak. Look, it might be a problem, but the taste is so good, it'll pull us through. That looks awesome, baby.
I'm proud of you, baby.
I'm proud of you, baby.
You've done a good job.
Main is served.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Sir, thank you very much. The meal does not look exciting at all. It looks terrible. Where's the pork? They're drowned in this sauce, I'm assuming.
It doesn't look that pretty, but it doesn't look that bad either.
And it's going to taste great. Good teamwork, Danny. Never forget the kiss.
David and Corinne for main course, pork medallion with cauliflower puree, green beans and mushroom sauce. The puree is well seasoned, the meat is well seasoned, the mushroom is well seasoned. That's it. It looked horrible. The puree had lots of bits and not smooth. Mash is mashed, puree is smooth. Medallion is about a centimeter thick and round. So you could chew on something that would be juicy and caramelized on each side. It's not a smashed up piece of meat.
This really hurts.
It's really difficult when you think you've done a good job.
Yeah, there is technique in making a sauce, and unfortunately, very creamy, very buttery. The mushrooms are basically lost in there. If you don't know how to do a perfect cauliflower puree, if you don't know how to do the most amazing mushroom sauce, then I don't think this stage of the competition is where you should be putting together a dish like this.
Thank you.
This is turning into our worst nightmare.
into it. The pork is cooked perfectly.
They have not respected that pork at all. The medallions are no longer medallions. They've been destroyed.
The mushroom sauce is really overpowering. The mushroom sauce is sort of everywhere. You couldn't escape it. This is really not enjoyable.
I think it's probably like the worst dish that I've seen in the competition to date.
Even though the last two dishes have been not very impressive, our place in this competition is under threat at the moment, and we're feeling extremely nervous and anxious because there's one dish left. It could be phenomenal. They could score 10 out of 10 from each judge, and it could be that dish that gets them 1 or 2 points ahead of us.
This is mainly your baby, and it is fantastic. For dessert, we're having chocolate cake with candied liqueur oranges. It's extremely important now. It's paramount. This dish is perfect.
We need this to stay in the competition.
So, let's go.
All right. We really don't need to do much with this dessert. Most of the prep work's done. We've made the cake, we've candied the oranges.
These are looking good, baby.
Look great.
The only thing we really need to do is whip some cream.
Baby, I'm just going to leave the cream as it is. I'm not going to add anything to it.
Baby, it's perfect. Everything balances out on this. Honestly, can't see how this one could possibly go wrong.
Moment of truth. It's time to pop the cake up. I am so hoping this turns out.
So much can go wrong. It's sick at the bottom.
Fall in half. It's not cooked properly. Break in half as you do it.
It needs to look so good on the plate, please. I don't want to let David down again. It's perfect.
How nice does that look?
That looks good.
You wait till it's cut. It's going to look fantastic.
It's time to flip over the second cake.
I didn't know you did that.
That felt good.
Guess what? It's perfect again. I'm so happy.
That one looks the best.
Yeah, but it's what it tastes like.
It looked absolutely perfect. That surface is so shiny and smooth. It looks satin. Nailed it.
Carly.
I love chocolate. It's a happy food, so it releases endorphins. We all need that. It is a simple dish, but if it's done well, this could save the night.
They could redeem themselves if their dessert is spectacular, but chocolate cake and candied liqueur oranges,
I have really low expectations. I really, really didn't enjoy Maine. I think I preferred the entree.
I don't think my expectations will be superseded, no.
Baby, this is our last chance. We really need a 20 out of 10 for this dish, I'm just saying.
Well, I reckon it's worth a 20 out of 10. I think it's fabulous.
This dessert is about redemption. I need to redeem myself on this. Otherwise, it's bye-bye, Corinne and David.
Baby, I think I'm happy with every element on this dish.
Well, the balance is beautifully, sweetheart. If they don't do this, we might as well just, this might just give up cooking and just cook for you and I.
Yeah,
No one
the way
else.
that we like it.
Look, we can do this. This is the dish. It's going to show them that we can actually cook. The first two are disasters. This one is perfect. Yeah.
All right.
Looks fabulous, sweetheart. They're going to love it.
Hopefully, this is the dish that'll keep us in the competition.
Yep. Pete Manu, let's go.
Dessert is served.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When this cake comes out, it looks so perfect. You hear gasps. Thank you very much.
This looks delicious.
It looks like a cracker dessert.
This dish looks spectacular.
Thank you, David.
Ooh.
My heart drops. The dessert looks good. It just needs to taste absolutely horrid.
The judges are eating their dessert. I'm feeling relieved. This is the last dish that we have to get out tonight. It's done. I'm happy with it.
I know it tastes good. I know they're going to love this dish. I think Pete had a little bit of a smile on his face.
David and Corinne, for dessert, you created chocolate cake with candied liqueur oranges. I love the presentation on your final dish of the evening. I thought that was by far the best out of the three tonight. It looked like it was just absolutely to die for. But unfortunately, it didn't taste that way. Probably not what you call a cake. It's got a very, very strange texture. It's not a cream caramel. It's not a panna cotta. It's not a mousse.
Somewhere in the middle.
It's something else.
Yep.
Really? shocked.
It's just not a cake, that's for sure. I would call it a flan. It's egg base, cooked in the oven, slow temperature for a long time. I think the fact that it's that dense is it's been in the oven for too long. It's overcooked. If it was cooked at the right time, the texture would be creamier and it would kind of disappear in your mouth.
And guys, I know how much effort you've put into tonight. I've got to tell you, on time, clean, organised. But the thing that let you down tonight was your cooking.
It's the bit that matters the most.
Unfortunately, it is.
Yeah.
The food is apparently terrible. I don't really understand it.
I feel like I've let you down.
You haven't let me down, sweetheart. So proud of you, baby.
Thanks.
Did a great job.
Because it looks so beautiful, I take a really big spoonful of the chocolate cake.
It's really icky.
And if I was at home, I'd probably get my napkin and spit it out.
I took literally one fork into the cake.
You thought, fork this.
I'll see you later, mate.
I don't understand.
It's kind of like a scrambled egg something. Like, it's not.
There's nothing to be positive about this dish. I didn't enjoy this. I don't even know what to say about it. Nothing made this dish good. It was a disaster.
I'm thinking that based on these 3 courses that I believe that we did a better job. So I would hope that after this that we progress. But you never know.
Who knows what's going to happen? We all know that anything can happen in this competition.
Josh and Danielle, it's not going to happen. They're safe. They're through.
David and Corinne need a miracle.
You never know.
The guest teams will now critique David and Corinne's meal and score it out of 10.
Okay, so for entree we had the corn soup with the grilled tiger prawns and the avocado. What did you think?
The corn flavour was really good. Texture-wise, probably a little bit too thick. It didn't look good and it didn't taste good.
It really wasn't a soup. It was actually a thick puree. The prawns were overcooked and the avocado just didn't quite gel. I was very disappointed.
For main, we had the not-so pork medallions with cauliflower puree, green beans and mushroom sauce.
Terrible.
It wasn't really a medallion for a start.
No, it's more like a scallopini.
Mushroom sauce wasn't very nice, and the cauliflower puree was not really puree, it's more like a mash, so...
I didn't rate it.
No.
So for dessert, we had a chocolate cake.
When it was placed in front of me, I thought, great, you know, they've actually redeemed themselves. One mouthful and it was over. It wasn't nice to taste. I don't know what it was. It tasted eggy.
The cake itself, to me, sort of just seemed like chocolate jelly.
This dish was by far the worst dish I've had throughout this competition.
Ever in your life?
No, but it was pretty bad.
Okay, so what do you think?
I'm thinking a 6.
7?
I was thinking 5, but 6 is like fairly generous.
But the flavours worked fairly well.
Okay, 7.
So tonight we're going to give David and Corinne a 7.
For tonight's instant restaurant,
We're going to score a 3 out of 10. We've been through a lot of instant restaurants.
oh yeah, we have.
And that was pretty bad. It wasn't as good as Josh and Danielle's.
Yeah, true.
We scored David and Corinne a 2. I felt bad for them because we've been in a similar position with that feedback, but I still believe our food was much, much better than that.
For tonight, we give David and Corinne a 2.
The food was really, really not good. I didn't actually enjoy one element of any of the dishes.
I know this is harsh, but tonight we're giving David and Corinne a 1.
Last time we gave him a 3, this is without a doubt worse.
I agree.
Yeah, I think David's talked the talk.
He's walking the plank.
Let's go play some music, baby.
Let's go get our scores.
Fair enough.
Walking into the dining room, we are so worried about these scores. We really want to go through to the next round.
But you know what? We're winners. We win things. We don't lose things. There's still a chance. We just might scrape through.
In Cairns, North Queensland, loving couple David and Corinne set out to prove they had what it takes to remain in the competition.
Is this being too complacent?
Their day was off to a flying start.
That looks awesome, baby.
But as their dishes were put down, things just went from bad
It's pretty much baby food.
to worse.
It looked horrible.
The chocolate cake looked like it was just to die for. But unfortunately, it didn't taste that way.
Now David and Corinne must beat Josh and Danielle's score of 51 to stay safe from elimination.
Based on the critique from the judges, I'm really not expecting big scores from the guest teams. I'm not expecting big scores from the judges.
But you know what? If there's one thing I've learned in my life, it's never say never.
David and Corinne, the guest teams have given you a combined total score of 15.
I think they deserved more than that.
Yeah, 15's well harsh.
Epic fail.
Epic fail.
And now it's our turn. We'll be scoring each dish out of 10.
David and Corinne, for entree, we've had corn soup with grilled tiger prawns and avocado. The texture of your dish was not right at all. The soup was not even a soup, it was like puree. Unfortunately, prawns weren't grilled. They were stewed and overcooked.
I think you could have had a beautiful dish, but unfortunately the soup, it was very sweet, and the avocado was a very strange ingredient to put into a soup. The score I'm giving you for your entree this evening is a 2.
The score I'm giving you for your entree tonight is a 1.
Hearing that terrible score, it's a reality. We can't change the score. There's nothing we can do to change it, and it cuts us to the bone.
David and Corinne for main course, pork medallion with cauliflower puree, green beans and mushroom sauce. You've had all the ingredients to make a great main course. You should have just cut beautiful medallion, seasoned, grilled on each side. It would have been tender, nice and juicy, but you decided to beat the heck out of it.
The mushroom sauce, it was thick. The mushrooms themselves were pretty well lost in there. The score I'm giving you for your main course this evening is a 2.
The score I'm giving you for your main course tonight is a 3.
Surprisingly, I feel quite uplifted with a 3.
It's terrible.
From where we are, yeah, this is a good score. 3, woohoo, we liked it.
For dessert, chocolate cake with candied liqueur oranges. Presentation was good. Cake looked delicious, but unfortunately it didn't deliver. The texture was off.
It wasn't a chocolate cake, it was a chocolate flan, and it was far overcooked. It was quite dense, had a really strange consistency. The score I'm giving you for your dessert tonight is a 2.
David and Corinne, I wish I could give you more. The score I'm giving you for your dessert this evening is a 2.
There's no need to do the maths. This is not a hard calculation. And use your hands.
That gives you a grand total score of 27, which unfortunately puts you on the bottom of the leaderboard with only one instant restaurant to go.
We've been at the bottom before, thinking we're going to get kicked out, and we actually come fourth. 2 people ended up getting lower scores than we did. It can happen.
We're through.
We're through.
We are through. Well done.
Well done. Get your lippy off.
Please.
David and Corinne's score of 27 puts them in last place and facing elimination. With Kathy and Anna still to cook, they can only pray it'll be a disaster.
David and Corinne, thank you for your hard effort tonight. There is still one instant restaurant to go, which brings us to Kathy and Anna.
But we know that Kathy and Anna can't cook, so it's a breeze.
Excuse me. Jumping the gun a bit there, is he? Has he been to our restaurant yet? We're going to be organised, we're going to have a plan, and it's going to be good, honest food that's full of flavour.
Thanks so much for coming, mate. See you soon.
Our food will speak for itself. Yeah, I think we can do better than 27.
We need disaster tonight. I'll be happy for Kathy to go home and us to get through.
He's pulling out all stops to avoid elimination.
If there's something negative, we'll pounce on it for sure.
But just how far will he go?
Perfection.
To save his own neck.
I didn't agree with the judges. They didn't even cook anything. Just threw it on the plate. It was raw.
Worse than anything they've put in their mouth is what comes out of his.
Her food's probably going to come out dry and unpalatable. A bit like a personality, really. What, raw again? It hasn't been cooked at all.
My heart sinks. We are heading for disaster. That's going to send us home.
This is going well for us. The old one looks very, very tired. She missed a nano nap.
Unfortunately, you are eliminated from this competition.
Then, the competition hits a whole new level.
You nervous?
Yeah.
You should be.
The truck forthcoming.